Good evening and welcome to News 11 at 7. I'm Patrick Clark. First on News 11 at 7, as his 4 children watched, a father murdered his wife, her dad, and then turned the gun on himself in Lincoln County. News 11's Kelly Hoskins has more on the violent double murder-suicide. Good evening and welcome to News 11 at 7. I'm Patrick Clark. The Schnucks parking lot shooter was a wanted man prior to his alleged attack in St. Peters. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes went to where police believe he was last seen and lived in the Metro East to find his violent criminal history. California officials are now starting the difficult task of assessing the death and destruction from the heavy snows that buried mountain communities in Southern California. Officials say a dozen people may have died as a result of that storm. Tonight, Robert Ray reports this comes as heavy rain now sets its sights on the area. We are just days away from the start of daylight savings time when we advance our clocks here in the U.S. so that darkness falls at a later clock time. And while you'll lose an hour of sleep, proponents argue we gain more daylight. Now some in Congress are trying again to make it permanent. News 11's Griff Jenkins has more in Washington. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has announced Ukrainian forces will not withdraw from the key strategic city of Bakhmut, despite indications just days ago that a retreat was imminent. News 11's Steve Harrigan has more from Kyiv, Ukraine. As investigators search for the person who shot a woman in a grocery store parking lot, they're now also looking for a possible connection to other crimes. A 52-year-old woman was shot after a brief struggle outside the St. Peters Schnucks. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes is looking at the now expanding investigation. Police say they need the public's help in identifying a person of interest who may have crucial information about the murder of a 26-year-old woman in South St. Louis in January. News 11's Stephanie Rothman has more. Locally, there's a push to get more women into the construction workforce. Women make up just under 10% of workers in the trades industry. Today, I got a chance to see the job fair offering a lot of opportunities. Well, tonight in Hollywood Nation, a new Disney Plus series celebrates the women of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And Kevin Costner books a new gig. Ashley Dvorkin has more from Hollywood. There's still almost a year before the first votes will be cast in either the Republican or Democratic primaries. The trail, however, is already heating up, and we're getting an idea of what the campaign speeches will focus on. News 11's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more. Many drivers use Interstate 55 between Soulard and South County. Well, your trip could take a little while longer. MoDOT is planning lane closures in a major project. News 11's Chris Renier is in Soulard with what you need to know before heading in that direction.
Patrick, it doesn't get any better than that. That was amazing.
Very exciting for all these local teams here.